Welcome back to the Two Dudes, Three Legs podcast with your hosts, Zach Dingee,
Tony Cappelletti.
Today, we're sitting down with Big Bad. And Bryce, can you come here real quick? I need you to just zoom out real quick because I got one question for Big Bad. How fucking sweaty are your feet right now?
Oh, shit.
Not at all. I'm wearing these boots, but I'm not wearing any socks. So.
No socks.
I will tell you, off the rip, that is the best fit we've ever had on this podcast.
Oh, man. You got to have me on here more then. I got to keep raising the bar.
The boots are just unbelievable.
Thank you. You know, I started wearing Santa Claus boots so everybody would know how gifted I was. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
They had
That's
to know.
a bar.
They had to know.
Thanks, Shawnee.
Oh, you fucking gonna be famous.
Guys are looking sharp.
Zach Dingee,
Tony
Two
Cappelletti.
Dudes, Three Legs podcast, where we share business tips, interview experts,
And travel the world.
This week on Two Dudes, Three Legs.
Every time I see Big Bad, he's rocking a crazy fit. I remember when you pulled up for Funk Yo Couch, Joe Caps.
Classic.
Oh my God, he came in the sickest fit. Every time I see him, he's rocking some crazy shit. How do you put these outfits together, dog?
I'm very inspired by like the 70s. The 70s
I
is
see
a big,
that.
and it's like the 70s, like I want to say from like late 60s to when like, you know what I mean, the Beatles was coming out in Indian shit on like Sgt. Pepper. That was hard to me. And then obviously Sly Stone was a big one, Prince, Rick James, like all them different styles from the past. Because I don't like being copied. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot. So I always try to switch it up and make it hard for people to catch up with me. So that's where the clothes comes from.
Give me some
like
tips.
that.
But hey, I'd rather dress like y'all, man. Y'all dress like them old rich white people that got money and don't want
Yo,
you to
I
know.
said
that's
that.
him.
You know what I
I
mean?
said that today. I'm like,
Listen.
yo, I have the worst outfit on for this podcast.
Nah,
I look
but-
like a rich white man.
But
Old
I heard,
rich white man,
I heard. I'm not sure when the episode dropped exactly, but you was doing something with Barbie Smalls, whatever her name was. You told me you made, or not told me. You said that you made 100,000 in a month.
This is correct.
So first off, I think you're either lying or you're saying it in a way that stupid people will be like, "Oh, really?" But there's no way you netted 100,000 in 1 month. That's not possible.
It was a check he got
I got
in
a
one
check
day,
for
and
100
he'll
grand.
show it to you.
and it was all for you
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
for 1 month's work.
Yeah.
That's what do you do, bro? How can I do it too?
He's a manager of a sales team.
I'm a regional sales manager. I have over 50 sales reps.
Okay.
I got 2 in New York, 1 in Florida, and 2 in Ohio.
And
So I
what
manage all the
teams?
teams. And then, what'd you say?
I said teams. You got
Yeah,
two.
Yeah,
I have
that's
5
facts.
teams. We're growing one in Massachusetts as well. And I run all the sales teams. And then I also sell my own deals too.
Do
what
it,
do
do
y'all
it to
sell?
him. Do it to him. He's pulling it up. He's going to show you the check.
Yeah, I'm getting the
Make
check
me
right
look
now.
stupid.
I'm trying to get the check right now.
What do y'all sell?
This was 33,000. This was last week.
oh, shit.
Protection. We sell protection.
Capiche. Gotcha.
No, we sell protection.
24,000.
Not like that.
Yeah, okay.
We sell
16.
protection from the utility
Yo, he
company.
said
We sell solar.
Oh, okay. You said it with an Italian accent, so I
Yeah,
wasn't 100%.
protection.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I
he
won't
said
kill
capiche.
you.
He said
It's like,
capiche.
capiche, yo, my boy is so on brand right now.
He knew who he was talking to.
Hold up.
shit.
I
Show
got
him
a
the
lot of
check.
checks going in and out.
This is the first time Pook's ever got
God
checked.
damn, I see a lot of money going out. You spend too much money.
Yeah, I
dog.
spend a lot of fucking money. I got an issue. Hold up. It's
He's
getting
going to
there.
lose that $100K and $200,000
April, when did I get it? Here you
charges.
go.
Or $200.
103,000, 103, 194.
Oh, shit. I was wrong, bro.
103, 194. If you
Test
can
his
see it on
gang.
there.
You need an assistant? You need some muscle? Let me know, bro. I'll take a piece of that.
Yo, we were
Pause.
talking about getting a live band for upstairs, right?
We were for a little performance.
Oh, well, you
Yeah.
know, Hollywood Herb and the team, which is the new name now, so I'm here to promote, among
for
other
real?
things.
It's changed from the-
We had to change it up, man. We had to change it up for multiple reasons. Chief among them being people just didn't know how to pronounce it. And
Nobody knows how to say the team? Just because there's a 7 in there?
What's crazy is they'll call it the 7 team, which is nuts to me because you understand that the first 7 is a T. So why wouldn't the second one be? You know what I mean?
Bruh.
But what really forced us to change it was that we had gotten a Sweet 16 gig, and it was for a lot of money. It was somebody y'all might know him. It was for somebody that does taxes, right?
So tell us the name.
Of the guy?
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
remember. But,
Y'all might know him.
he was
but I don't know his
he was
name.
very rich. And,
Oh, you think we know him because he's
I'm
rich?
dead.
I assume y'all all know each other.
I'm fucking dead.
But
Yo, I love it.
he told us that one of his friends also wanted to book us, but they couldn't find us because they couldn't figure the name out. So they was online looking for the team, like how you would regularly spell it.
Shit.
And based on what he gave us to play for 2 hours, you already know the wedding bag was going to be crazy. So when we lost that, we was like, all right, we got to make ourselves more identifiable. And as the leader, as the person who's going to be at every show, regardless, it only made sense that we, you know what I mean, change it up. And, you know, when I rap, that's Big Bad, but like we do corporate events and we do weddings, and Big Bad has songs called Pussy. You know what I'm saying? Big Bad is I don't want to say a street rapper, but Big Bad is very into grimy, lyrical, sometimes overtly sexual hip hop, and you want to keep those worlds separate. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be doing your daughter's Sweet 16 and then there's a picture of Big Bad with a titty in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like a new brand kind of thing. So
what was it called again?
We used to be The Team, and my rap name is, you know, still Big Bad Baragon. But when we do the band, when we do the corporations, when we do, you know, for the nice people, you know what I mean? It's Hollywood Herb, because that's funny.
Hollywood Herb.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Got it.
And Herb is my real name too, and that's how I do business. Like I don't tell people at the wineries, like, I'm Big Bad Baragon, pay me now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm Herb. You know what I mean? So that's what they put on the check.
He's Hollywood Mob. Have you ever met Hollywood Mob?
I have not. Who's that?
He usually comes out to dinner with us after martini number 2.
Stop it.
He'll pop out.
When Bryce has a few too many martinis, he turns into Hollywood Mob.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bryce gets nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
He likes to
Nice,
talk
man.
to wait staff a whole lot.
Hollywood Herb and Hollywood Mob are going out to dinner after this.
Yo, Big
That's
Bad, you
fun.
said you got pictures all over the place with titties in your mouth. Let's talk about the women in this kind of live performance environment. You're always on IG Stun. Talk to us about the lady life.
Well, all right. The first thing I want to say about that, I said I wouldn't touch it. Here I am. Pause. The first thing I want to say about that is people often assume that, oh, Herb does what he does because he's in a band and he's a performer. That's not the case at all, son. A lot of these cats is losers, bro. Like being in a band does not automatically equal anything. If you're not a cool person and you don't give off that vibe, then you go home with your dick in your hand anyway. So I want to make it clear that my energy is my energy, guitar, drums or not. You know what I mean? And another thing is I meet a lot of women. I'm a very tall guy, like, so, you know, I stand around like the water aisle. You know, they got the Dasanis up top where the broke people can't get them. I stand around there waiting for, you know, some lady that's like 5'5" or less. Can you help me reach? You know what I mean? Like that's
One time he helped me.
I did. You know what I mean? My man wasn't doing too well. He was hobbling around. I'm like, yo, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. So I didn't take him home, but that's usually how it works when it comes to that. But yeah, it's just if you're a cool person, it's just what's going to happen, man. And I'm blessed. I want to say that also. Like all the ladies that come to the shows to support us, I'm so thankful. And please keep coming. Bring your friends, bring your boyfriends. You might not leave with them, but bring them anyway because a ticket is a ticket.
Yeah,
so,
yo, I remember when you were in New Pulse Performers the first time I saw you perform, and you were like, yo, pull up on Big Bad, I'll teach you how to get pussy. So why don't you teach the viewers, what's your game like?
Give me some Riz.
all right. So, well, like I said, I
Some
use
after the show Riz.
Well, that's the thing. When you kill it, when you put on the kind of shows we put on, usually they come to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's you just got to be able to speak and carry yourself and not sound like an idiot. But let's talk about like I was saying, I get a lot of girls at the grocery store. I meet a lot of women at the grocery store.
Yo, what?
So I was in Walmart in Kingston, right? And
That's a spot.
Are you actually buying anything at these grocery stores?
Oh
or
yeah,
you're just
no.
there?
I was getting my Gatorade on.
Buying
You know what I mean?
bitches.
Okay.
This young lady came out with a hat, and it looked very nice, as well as other parts of it looked very nice. So you know, we made a little conversation about the hat. I left. You know what I mean? You don't come on too strong. You don't come on too thirsty. But next time I was at not the next time. It was actually the time after the next time. But I had our band hats in the car. So when I saw she was working again, went and grabbed one. I said, hey, you know, you was repping another band last time. I want you to rep our shit. You know what I mean? And I made a connect. Damn, I just snitched. But anyway,
And then
I
she
made
said,
a connection.
You're in a band.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. That is what she said. I didn't push that. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be like, oh, he remembered that I like bands and I like hats. You know, which is pretty easy to remember. So that's how I ended up, getting to know her a little bit. So you gotta be creative, man. You gotta like stand out, because especially with social media nowadays, which I'm sure you guys know because you're social media masters, like. Women are getting hit up every single day with some guys are just like, hey, how are you? And they'll do that 80 times and not get a response. And some guys go right to it with the dick pic. You know what I mean? Yep. So you just got to
Tony knows all about that.
I bet he does. You just got to. I was assuming that was the third leg I was talking about.
Zach just shows him his bank account. And then it's
hell yeah, son.
You got to stick out, bro.
That's exactly. So you just got to find what you have that is unique and utilize that. That's all.
I would imagine being in a band is just a straight pussy magnet, though. I know you said before that you still got to be cool, but I feel like even if you're a bum, you could still, if you're in a band, you still.
Not always. It really depends on what type of band you're in. It really that really and the energy you give off, and because some people, they're in a band to express themselves, and I have a message that I want to get out to the world. You don't need a band to do that, bro. That's what Facebook is for. You know what I'm saying? We engineer our show specifically to attract all people, but especially women, because the thinking is, let's say, I'm sure y'all all like music, right? Let's say an artist you really like is in town, right? This artist isn't very popular. There's another artist you might not care for, but women love that artist. Most men are going to sit and think, do I want to go to see the music I like, or do I want to go where the women are going to be, right? Yeah. So if you can get the woman to come to your show, other men are going to come to your show thinking that they can get the woman. Right. So you end up bringing in more people.
This is why you see men at a Taylor Swift concert.
Exactly. I'm sure they're not, they don't go home, and maybe they do, to each their own. But I'm pretty sure if you're in a situation like that, you're looking for the Taylor Swift fans.
But you're into older women though, right? So
I'm into all women.
All women.
But definitely I prefer older. I do prefer older.
Tell us why. Tell us about your experience with these older ladies.
They're less drama, honestly. And they seem to have, they have a better understanding of the situation. Like they understand that, all right, for this weekend or for this 40 minutes or whatever, we're together. And when we're not. And I'm not going to blow up his phone.
Who do you prefer to fuck? Who handles the plums better? Old ladies or young women?
Young women are definitely freakier.
Really?
Yeah, I would say so.
Old ladies just want that standard missionary.
Unbelievable.
No.
I was not expecting that answer.
The young women aren't as secure about themselves, so they wouldn't be.
It could be that. No, it could be that they're not as secure, so they're willing to do more to please. Whereas for the older woman, the older women are there for sex. They don't need to feel like you love them. They just they want like,
they just need some big bad from behind.
They want to get off. You know what I mean? Whereas the younger woman wants to get off and be your wife and have a baby. And why are you talking to other women and why you like it? You know what I'm saying?
Has any woman ever requested the whole team at once?
Actually, no. Only me and the sax player at once.
Oh shit!
That's happened.
Was he playing the sax while he was smashing?
I don't know. I don't. That's not for me. You know what I mean? If he's got it, he's got it. We don't share it like that.
Yo, speaking of the sax, you're very talented musically. Like, can you just list the different instruments you play?
Wait, that was understated. You are incredibly talented.
I think he's a music savant.
Your sax player is fucking incredible too. What's his name?
Eli. That's Eli.
Bro, I remember being at what's that bar?
Darby O'Gill's.
Darby's. Oh my God. You guys were playing. Holy shit. The live performance was incredible. Just a reminder, not a reminder, I'm gonna notify you right now.
Okay.
I'm getting married next summer.
Ooh,
you're coming
that's
in,
beautiful.
You're playing.
I would love to. We would love to.
I need you to.
Please let me know. Let me know when and where.
Sick.
Listen, he makes a lot of money. Just remember that when you invoice him.
Fuck with the,
I'm there.
Zach, yo, that's funny because Zach actually said for my wedding gift, he's going to pay for music.
Oh, there you go. See, you should have sold me that check, bro. Now we're running up on you. You should have been humble.
Nah,
so,
you
go
deserve
ahead.
it.
Tell us what
anyone who's going to get up there and play the harmonica is going to get paid.
Facts.
This man is a
musical
brilliant musical
genius. I have seen you rip a harmonica.
Yeah, I play harmonica.
What else do you play, Big Bad?
I'm usually the guitarist for the band. I started on drum. But all right, so just to run it off, I I do harmonica, a little bit of keys. I'm not great on that, but I can hold it down. Bass, guitar, and drums, and I'm teaching myself banjo and xylophone.
And you've been self-taught for all of that?
Yeah.
One-man band. He's a one-man band, Big Bad.
Yeah, I would love to be able to clone myself, but I definitely don't want to take anything away from the musicians that I work with, who are all very good at what they do.
Extremely talented.
And I need them. That's the thing. That's the one thing in this changeover that I don't want to get misconstrued.
While we're talking about that, how did you assemble the team? Give us that story.
The Inception.
Like from the beginning?
That's a good place to start.
When did you guys start?
Well, the team, funny story. So the team, that name came from my high school group because I moved around a lot growing up. And I ended up, my junior year, 11th grade, I was going to school in Pennsylvania, and not like Philly. Like it was the town I was in is called Hamburg, PA. And like, it's so like off the map that like them getting a Walmart, like, caused so much controversy. And like everyone shops there now, but when they were building it, it was like protests. It was like protests, like people pulling up on horses. Like it's right next to Amish County. So
Holy shit.
We were out there, and I'm all for integration and everything, but it's kind of like prison. When you're in a strange place, you connect with the people who look like you first. So me and 6 of the other black boys that were in the class, we were like, all right, bro, we got to stick together because you got Koreans on this side. They all know karate. You got, the white people that's around here, they got pitchforks and they can make hay bales and burn them. Like we got to, you know what I mean? Like we're in foreign territory. We got to stick together. And there were 7 of us. So we didn't have an official name. We were lazy. We were just known as the team, and then like it came to me like, oh, there's 7 of us, so let's flip the T's to 6. So that's how that started. Damn. And then I was a rapper after high school. I was a rapper, and this was when crews were like getting hot again, and TDE was out, and Kendrick hadn't become the big star that he was, so TDE was still looked at like any one of them, and Odd Future was out, and Slaughterhouse, and ASAP Mob, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, I want a crew too, but I was the only one that rapped. So I just wrote rhymes for the other 3 of us that lived in New York. So I was like, yo, y'all are my boys. We can go get some money. We can go get some girls. I'll write y'all raps. So I wrote their raps.
Crazy.
And I hated hip hop shows because like it would just be one guy rapping and the other 4 or 5 or however many were on stage holding their nuts and being loud and annoying. So I was like, facts. I really love the Beatles. Yeah, y'all know. That's why we gotta talk about Joe later because I like what he's doing. But he doesn't do that. But a lot of rappers would do that. So I'm like, all right, instead of us just walking around waiting for the other to finish rapping, I'm gonna buy instruments. And y'all just hold them. Y'all hold them so you got something to do. It's a gimmick. That's like crazy. I didn't bring any amps. Like this is the nuts part about it. So I didn't have any amps. Like nothing was plugged in. We had half a drum kit. You know what I mean? But people, I guess, are so. I don't want to call them stupid because they were our supporters, but people were very easily tricked. And despite the fact that our guitarist would not be holding or playing the guitar for half the set, they believed that we were actually
a band.
Naive.
Yeah. But it was really just you rapping and them standing there doing nothing?
No. While I was rapping, they weren't doing anything. But I was writing their rhymes because they weren't rappers.
And then they would come up.
Yeah, everybody had their turn. So the instruments were just a visual thing, so we weren't just kind of walking around and yelling and like regular rap songs, which I hate. So that's how that started.
That's crazy.
Then that broke up.
It's fucking genius. In the beginning?
It was nuts because it's like I never expected people to think we were actually playing, but they did. And we got booked for a wedding once, and that was humiliating because they thought we could play and we couldn't, but we made it work. We BS through it.
That's funny.
But that wedding is the day we ended up breaking up, and then I wanted to put a real band together, and I didn't know any musicians because again, I'm not from here. So I didn't know anybody. So I just took my talents wherever I could. Like if anyone needed a drummer, I would go do it. If any band needed a rapper, I would go do it. I ended up meeting all these individuals through that, besides Eli, who my baby cousin, but he didn't know anybody either because we both were raised religious and couldn't really go outside like that. So I went around and I just networked and I showed my talent and I accumulated the musicians I
How were you raised? You were raised in that spot in Pennsylvania? That's
no,
where you were born
I
and
was
raised?
born in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
And then we moved to New York. And then we moved to Jersey, back to New York, then to Tennessee, then to Pennsylvania, then to Maryland. Then I settled back in New York maybe
Holy
like 2015.
You
Yeah.
must have moved when you were young, right? Because you have a really non-regional dialect. Like you sound like you're straight out of Dutchess County.
Well, I moved. It was all my life. Like I've lived in Newburgh the longest because I've been here since 2015. But
Got it.
I was always just moving around every couple of years.
How do you think that helped you in music? Moving around everywhere?
I think that in addition to other factors is that it made me more accepting. And because you're in PA, you're not hearing, and this is I'm 28, so I was a child before the social media boom. So it was like in some places you're not gonna. Spotify wasn't everywhere, so whatever was hot in that specific region was what you heard on the radio, what other people were listening to. So. Linkin Park was big.
So you're in New York in the late 90s, early 2000s. What's the first music that you fell in love with?
Oh man. See, I'm wearing Santa boots, so I don't want to say this, but the first song I remember specifically loving was Dancing Queen by ABBA.
That's crazy.
I love that song. And
So you're into that older shit. I love older music.
Yeah.
Like
But
I know you're probably a big Earth, Wind and Fire fan.
actually, no. People assume that. I like them. They're cool, but
You-
my favorite
you
artist is
killed
James
it
Brown.
when I heard you playing them
We didn't play Earth, Wind & Fire.
at Darby's.
No, we didn't play.
Now they always play that funky music, white boy, right?
Yeah, we wanted Joe to rap on that, but
Damn, bro. I thought
too
I could
fly
have
for
sworn
us.
I remember you playing Earth, Wind and Fire. No,
what song?
I don't know. September probably.
Nah, we don't. But I like them. They're cool.
What are your
but,
go-tos for performing with the band?
Definitely Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Definitely Whole Lot of Love, Led Zeppelin. Hey Ya by Outkast. I hate that song, but everybody loves it.
And those songs, do you learn by just listening or actually studying the music?
No, just listen. I can't
And
read
you guys
music.
do like renditions of it. Like it doesn't sound exactly like the song. It sounds I love it. I like the way you guys did it. It's like and then you throw in fucking sax solos on everything.
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
Eli.
is so hot.
Eli is a beast. Yeah,
I love
he's
that.
very good at what he does. I think he's the best sax player around. I know I'm biased, but
I've never heard a better sax player. So.
there you go. All right, this is coming from somebody else. Good. But yeah.
Wait, so before we move too far ahead, like what other kind of things like were major events in your upbringing that maybe you feel like reflected into your now?
Oh, definitely my father being a minister and a piano player, because that's what taught me the power of performance right there. Seeing what he could do, and he was a very faithful husband. I'm not trying to piss my mom off or anything, but seeing the impact that he had on women specifically, and like
Interesting.
he would go travel around and preach, and anytime he preached, there was, I kid you not, there was a line of overweight black women just begging him to come back to their house for food, and that's some of the best meals I ever had in my life, bro. Like, which is responsible for the man I am today.
Yeah,
So
that's funny as hell.
definitely my dad, because that's what it's about for me. Like, I'm sure a lot of people, this is a world famous podcast, so I'm sure people are gonna look me up like mad, but you're not gonna find too much music out there. My thing is the stage. My thing is performing, and he definitely put that love in me. So
That's interesting because that's like the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Everyone else is not performing. They're just dropping shit all the time, I feel like, on Apple Music or Spotify.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's becoming, I think it's a little crowded. Like I think the DSPs, in addition to artists not getting good money from streaming, I think what they did to set things back is that you are now, back in the day, you had Dat Piff, right? You had MySpace Music. You had websites. You had Reverb Nation. You had websites that were specifically designed for underground, up and coming artists. I don't see how you, like, when you put your music on Spotify, you're competing directly with Drake.
Yeah.
You're competing directly with Bruno Mars. And that's a hard sell. It's a hard sell when you say, hey, go to my Spotify. You load up Spotify and there's a picture of Adele staring you in the face like, I'm gonna pick artists that I love and recognize over a new guy just because I know him.
Yep.
And then to have them side by side like that, you know. And also you can fake numbers with that. Like you can buy streams and you can make it look like you're the man. And you can't do that on stage. You can't fake it. If you don't have it, it'll show. You know what I'm saying? So the stage is the real deal. And I'm very much looking forward to performing at the Mastock Festival, August 19th. We're going to have Joe Cap up there. We're going to do our classic Funk Yo Couch. I can't wait to do that. Joe's one of the real ones. So shout out to him for, you know.
Where's this event?
The Mastock Festival is in Marlboro, New York.
Okay.
Marlboro, New
And
York.
what date was it?
That is August 19th.
Okay.
You know, I think is mad interesting is I heard Dave Chappelle say this once. He talked about how his mother always knew he was like going to be like the storyteller of his kind of age. I think he called it like a griot. And I think that resembles a lot of similarities to like maybe your father in the ministry and being that kind of like spokesman for the community. And I feel like you also share that quality. Do you think that's why you're such like a big personality? You know, like you always.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I definitely got a lot of that, like from my dad. As far as being the spokesman for the community, I would have to say hell no, because I don't like nothing people are doing and saying these days. But I know that I represent a lot of people who think differently, and I used to be more outspoken about that, like on social media, but then people were like unfollowing me, and it was like, all right, do I want to be a pundit or do I want to have people at my show? So, but I definitely try to represent other perspectives of people who might be scared to be different or go against the grain, because I definitely have a lot of different opinions on things. So, do
you think that the kind of like the big debate of like you can talk about, like you could say like Michael Jackson or R. Kelly, like does the man represent, or can you still like the music if the man has been charged with bad stuff? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, you know, the statements of a person or the actions they've done, like, can you still appreciate the music?
Yeah, I think in R. Kelly's case specifically, it's a little difficult because the things he's singing about relate directly to his crimes. So I think if you're aware of you know, if you know what he's done in the past and you hear him saying, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Like in the context of R. Kelly, that definitely sounds
That's like when you're listening to Michael Jackson's Pretty Young thing.
Damn, I thought I turned my phone off. I'm so sorry.
And it's like,
good.
Damn, Mike, who'd you write that song for?
And R. Kelly wrote a song for him called You Are Not Alone, which I thought was nuts because they both are accused of the same types of behaviors. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of R. Kelly too much, so that was never an issue for me. But I think in general, yeah, you can separate, you know, because, you know, Elvis was out here wifing 15-year-old girls, and he's got songs about being in love. So obviously, you know, people can separate him from that. So I think it's possible. But me personally, you just gotta. It's about. I don't think that's a hill you want to die on. You know, if you listen to R. Kelly in your house, whatever, but you don't want to be championing a man that we know what he does. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you want to listen to it, you listen to it, because at the end of the day, music is all about sound, and it's about the sounds that we like. But there is a social responsibility to be aware of the things that he's done outside of that. So, you know, if you want to talk about it objectively, cool, but I wouldn't defend him. And I think I think it works both ways. I think people try to defend him because they like the music. And that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? If you like the music, you like the music, but that doesn't change who he is or what he's done. They're not related. It's really up to the individual. I'm not really a fan of him, so it's easy for me to not listen to it. You know what I mean?
I just feel like when you're in the music world, if you're playing somebody's music, it's almost like supporting their business to a degree.
Absolutely.
So as good as their music is, if they do something wrong and you're playing it, I don't think it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying that's like me buying a product from a business, but then saying I don't like that business. It's like, well, you're supporting their business because that's how they get paid.
Right, but then it comes down to, are we being honest about it? Because it comes down to, you like the product because you like the product. If the person happens to be one way, then you know what I mean? Then that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
the
you
product
didn't
and
get
the person
into
are different.
the product because of the person.
Yeah.
And then are we being across the board with it? Because Led Zeppelin, who I am a fan of, their lead guitarist was openly dating a 14-year-old. Like it wasn't a
Damn,
secret.
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, because it's there's a lot of things that people don't know, or they don't care to know. You know what I mean? But it wasn't even a secret at the time. Like there are pictures of them together. Like R. Kelly, there's the video, but he wasn't like taking his girl to McDonald's getting her a Happy Meal or anything. Like the older rock stars were openly dating children. Jerry Lee Lewis married like his 13-year-old cousin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Sake.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, all this is disgusting. All of it is disgusting. And it all seems to get heaped on R. Kelly for whatever reason. But it's just such a fine line to walk, because then you have the new gangster rappers. You have even the fake gang, even like a Slim Jesus. You know what I mean? He was rapping about shooting and he wasn't doing it, but the content is evil. He may not be, but are you not going to listen? You know what I'm saying? It's just such a convoluted argument.
And I feel like so many people are doing bad shit that like every fucking football player, every basketball player, baseball players, rock stars, rappers, doesn't matter. I feel like everyone's kind of, I don't know. There's a large majority of the population in that space, that high level space, that are doing bad shit. So it's
absolutely.
Like you just listening to the music. How much can you really give a fuck? Like you're not going to keep up on everybody's life to make sure that you're not listening to the wrong person.
Yeah, it's all on the individual. You know what I mean? I've listening to hip hop. It's hard to make that argument, because it's hard to be a part of that argument, rather, because so many of my favorite rappers like were drug dealers and
doing bad shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like,
I learned half of my business lessons from the mafia. The best business in the fucking world, but I don't support that they killed people.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. It's everything.
Somebody just read your next 5 moves.
Yeah,
That's a whole chapter.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking incredible.
We just read that.
And I love listening to those podcasts with mafia guys, because
they're hot
their
right
business
now,
is
bro.
legit.
They're out here telling all the secrets, man.
Yeah.
So is the mafia over now? Because I didn't think you were allowed to do that. I thought it was all secret.
So there's a guy, the biggest guy right now is Michael Francis, who was the son of Sonny Francis.
Okay.
And he's the only successful person to leave the life and still be alive today. So
Really?
he walked away from the life, yeah.
What about like Sammy the Bull?
Sammy the Bull didn't leave the life. He's another guy that he went to jail, he went to prison,
Right.
but he's not out of the life. He's still technically a mob member.
But he's
still in
doing
the mafia.
interviews.
Yeah, so there's no one left. His whole family, everyone that was he was affiliated with is dead.
Oh.
He's got nobody left. So have you seen the thing with Sammy the Bull and Michael Francis, where they sit down and do an interview?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
They're out here. They're telling them.
So that was with PBD, but Michael Francis Michael Francis's father is the one who snitched on him and brought him in to get.
Wait, hold on. Michael Francis snitched on who?
Michael Francis's father, Sonny Francis.
Okay, Sonny Francis snitched on
said
Sonny?
to the what fucking family were they in?
I can't remember either.
Fuck, I can't remember which
It's
family they were in. But
history, man. You
anyway,
gotta
he
know
said
that.
it to the boss, and he
Don.
said, to the
Talking
Don.
about the Gambino crime family.
He said, I think it was Gambino. Yeah, I think it was Gambino, and he said basically to Gambino, he's like, I think Michael is lying about how much money he makes, and we need to bring him in and talk to him. And so Sonny, the father, said that to the boss about his son and brought his son in to get questioned by the boss. And it turns out he wasn't lying about money. But yeah, it was his own father who brought him in for questioning. And then his father went, and he's serving life in jail. I actually think he
the
just died.
Colombo crime family.
Colombo, okay. And he's serving life. I think he just died too recently. But Michael left because his father snitched him out. And so he left the family.
His dad?
His own father. That's crazy.
No, I know he's not getting nothing for Father's Day. Speaking of that, congrats to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Brand new baby. How's
I
that
appreciate
feel?
that. Oh, it's amazing.
For
I
real,
love
for real?
it. I love it.
See, you know what I've always questioned, and I don't mean to be morbid or I'm not saying you're lying or anything, but like I've always wondered when people say having a child is the best thing that ever happened to them. Like I'm sure part of them feels that way, but it's like I feel like you kind of have to say that because you're committed to this human being for 18 at least. And you know, if you're not a complete piece of trash, you're going to love your child forever.
I get
But
what you're saying.
for at least 18 years, this individual has to be the primary focus of your life. And
I
if
get
it's not the
exactly
best
what you're
thing in
saying.
your
Trying to
life,
You're saying
convince
people-
themselves.
exactly.
They're
It's
doing-
like, I love this.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Right.
But when I look at that girl, I genuinely, I've never loved anything so much in my entire life. And we're probably genetically disposed to feel that way because that's how we keep them alive.
Right,
But I really actually feel that way to the point where I'm ready to have another one.
Oh.
Nothing has brought me more fulfillment in this world than bringing life into the world.
Love is the strongest emotion. And I feel like before a kid, you've never felt love like that. So as soon as you ever get that sense of love, it's just like, there's nothing else that's ever going to compare.
Yeah.
You got a kid too?
No, I don't. I'm just saying that because love is the strongest emotion. So
Is
if
it?
you're feeling, you think there's a stronger emotion?
I smell hate coming up.
Yeah, I would have to say hate, bro.
You think hate is stronger than love?
Yeah, I think hate is stronger than love because, I mean, look at it like this. There's a phrase that says if you love them, you have to let them go, right? When you hate somebody, you never letting that motherfucker go.
Yeah,
They
but-
on your mind. Okay.
okay.
You doing whatever you can. You know what I'm saying?
Would you actively wake up and work every day to destroy the people you hate, or would you actively work and get up every day to support the people you love?
I would do the latter, but then there's, you know,
Okay,
I don't
so
want to.
then
I don't want
why?
to bring up the guy, but we all know the guy with the little mustache. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
For
there's,
hate?
there's
Yeah,
been.
so he was fucked up, but
He
he
was-
did that out of love for his country. So and
Okay.
I'm not supporting
we
what
talking
he
about?
did. He's talking about Hitler.
I didn't say.
but-
I did not say anybody. I said a person with a little mustache. That could be any of us that don't have facial hair. So it's your podcast.
Tony
He
got a little
claims
mustache.
to have done that for the love of his nation. Right? And I'm not supporting or condoning anything he did.
Absolutely
he was a
not.
terrible piece of shit.
He was also on so much
Be rotting in
methamphetamines.
hell for the rest of his life. But he
Absolutely.
did what he did out of the love for his nation.
You believe that it was more love motivated than hate? It was twisted evil.
Listen
love.
to everything he said, and he preached. Go
I don't
read his
understand what he's saying.
manifesto.
I don't speak German.
It's he believed that the Jews were destroying his great nation and making it worse for everyone else. So he thought if he would eliminate them, it could be a better world for the people that he loved.
Tony, you do realize you're empathizing with.
I'm just saying he did
Yeah,
it out
but
of
whatever.
love.
People are gonna fucking say that.
He
He's not
didn't,
empathizing.
he didn't do it because
he's
he
explaining
hated
a
Jews.
scenario.
He did it because he loves his nation. Read his book. Actually,
I don't know
Don't
if
read
I'm
his
gonna
book.
do that.
Yeah, don't read his book. Don't support
I don't know
that.
if I'm gonna do that,
listen,
but
it's
I'll take your word for it.
interesting perspective. at the
Yeah. I
very
just think
least.
there's more done. When you hate, it's like, all right, if you hate someone, this is my rationale. If you hate someone, you might want to kill them, right? You kill that person, you end up in jail for the rest of your life. People are willing, I think, to lose more behind hate than they are behind love.
Yeah, but they don't realize how much they lose because then
Well,
when they
wait.
go into jail,
Michael Jackson was willing to fuck little kids out of them.
I'm a Prince fan, so that don't mean nothing to me. I'm purple all the way. True. All right. I mean,
they
Well,
don't
it's a
understand
fine
the
line, and I
consequences.
think that's what we're getting into now is the fine line between love and hate. What really is the difference?
that would be.
I think people will act on love more than they will act on hate.
I would hope so. That would be
Really? 'Cause-
beautiful. That would be
Really? Because
beautiful.
hold on, Tony. Let's just preface it for the sake of the debate.
Okay.
Okay, if there's you have like the most immense love at home right now,
Yes.
right? And you're here in this chair. But if there was someone who harmed your love right now, the hate would drive you to get up from that chair.
Yeah, but that would be love that drives you to get up from the chair, not hate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but there are people who are out there right now who are constantly like people that I hate that I feel are a threat to what I love, but I don't actively go out and handle them as much as I want to.
That's true.
So it would be love that would drive you to go fight right now if you had to. That's what it would. It's not hate. I guess you're right.
Yeah. It's because you love them so much that you would have to defend it.
But only in that endangering situation, though. Like not in the pure state of love that you have right now. There has to be some kind of like malevolent.
Hate is also one of the worst emotions to feel too.
Like I don't even I can't even think of an example of where I act out of hate.
Well, that's you. You're a good. I'm not saying that you have more. It's all based on the individual. I just know that people. There are more instances of people being hurt by people who love them. There are more instances of people being cheated on by their spouses whom they genuinely love. And the spouse who cheated will still say that they love the person they cheated on. Whereas hate seems to drive people to be more committed in that one direction. Like you hear more about people being hurt by people they love than you hear about people being helped by people who hate them. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
So for me,
yeah, but you can't even be hurt by someone who you hate, can you?
no, you can't be. You're saying, wait, yes, you can be hurt by someone you
repeat
hate.
that, Big Bad.
What I'm saying, all right, I don't want to. Are you single?
No, it was good. Yeah. No.
Damn it. Are you single? I'm single. So I'll use myself as a scenario because I don't want to put anything evil into the universe, right? Let's say I got a girlfriend and I love her. I love her. I truly love her. But there goes a 45-year-old Puerto Rican woman with a fat ass and an even fatter bank account. She gets $200,000 checks.
Yo.
And as much as I love my girl, much as I love her, right? I want a piece
Yeah,
of
but
that.
that don't got nothing to do
course.
with love.
Hold on.
But watch.
What's the analogy?
When I get with her, I am hurting the woman I love. I love that woman, but I am hurting her.
But you're not acting out of hate.
I'm not acting out of hate.
You're
What
acting
I'm
out of love.
saying
You're
is,
saying love isn't strong enough
despite
to
the
stop
love
you
that
from
I
doing
have,
that.
I'm still doing something to hurt her. Not
Hurt someone you
intentionally,
love.
but the love that I have is not enough to keep me from cheating and hurting the woman I love. Now,
Yeah, but that doesn't argue the fact that people act out of hate.
but watch what I'm saying.
The
Now,
whole argument started
I'm
with
sitting-
Wait, I
who loves
want to
He's gonna
hear.
hit this
what's
with the
stronger.
I'm
algorithm.
sitting in that same chair, and a 45 Puerto Rican year old man with no money walks by, and my girl cheated with him.
Yes.
You follow me?
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
Okay.
He trips and he falls.
Yes.
I'm not going to help him up.
Right. But you're not acting out of hate for him. You're acting out of love for her.
No.
That's why you're hurt.
You're missing the
only
analogy.
reason you're hurt is because you love her.
But I did something that would hurt the person that I love, whereas I'm not helping the person that I hate. Me loving her was not enough to keep me from hurting her. But if I hate someone, I am never going to help them. Ever.
Right.
So you don't see what I'm saying?
That with
I
love,
get that, but
So
still.
the hate has to be stronger than the love because I will not act against the hate. If I hate someone, I'm never going to do something
That's
that makes
crazy.
me feel like I don't hate them. You see what I'm saying?
I get
That was a
it.
bar.
That's
I
what
get
I'm.
that.
That's
You
what I'm
said
trying
that
to tell
5
you.
minutes ago. No one heard it. I dead ass.
I'm
was a
going to
very
be
good
more
analogy.
committed to that hate than I am to that love. That's why I think hate is a stronger emotion than love, because I've never done anything to help the people that I hate. The people that I love, they'll tell you sometimes.
Yeah, but you're comparing you not helping one guy get up one time to all the love that you've given to that woman that you wronged once.
Yeah, no, but he's saying
I'm
which
still-
is stronger.
right.
He's saying
The love was
it
not
must
enough
be
to stop me
stronger.
from hurting
But
her.
because you hurt her once, that negates all the good you did to her?
No, you missing.
All he's
you missing
saying
it.
is
You
that-
missing it.
all he's
no,
like-
I get your
I
point.
will not act against my
Clear.
hate. I will never go against the hate that I feel for a person.
Oh, okay.
Whereas I will go against the love that I feel if I'm horny enough,
Yeah.
or if I'm mad enough.
So
I might
horny
say-
is the strongest emotion.
No, well, arguably. But if I might get mad at the woman that I love and say something that hurts her, or the friend that I love, my boy might have a good looking girl.
Okay.
Do you
all
think
right,
this is
ready?
just-
Wait. So you hate child molesters though, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you still listen to fucking R. Kelly.
No,
He doesn't even like our
he trying to get me.
That's not even. That has
Okay.
nothing to do with the
he's
love.
You don't
the
like people who
adverse.
touch kids, right?
Correct.
But you listen to Michael Jackson.
No.
Well, what the fuck? Everybody fucking listen to Michael Jackson. Who the fuck doesn't listen to Michael Jackson?
He's saying the
Prince.
adverse.
I said we can run the footage back. I said I like Prince. I'm a Prince fan.
I
I don't bump,
remember you did say that.
I don't bump Michael. You're not gonna get.
He's talking about the adverse action, like so acting against that love or against that hate. He's more willing to act against the love than
I
Okay, but
understand
you
what
ready?
he's saying.
Hold
I'm
up.
trying
Can I
to
make my
debunk
argument
it.
now? Can I make my argument?
Yes.
Because what you're saying is not even combating the argument.
I
The
use your
argument is
podcast, so I
Out of your
didn't
mind,
want to say
out
that.
of
your girl,
Yes.
you might not experience real love with your girl. If you ask Tony what he would do if his daughter did the worst possible things imaginable, he would still love her.
Absolutely.
So I think maybe the love you feel for your woman isn't the strongest amount of love. Like someone killing or doing something wrong by you and you hating them
Right.
is a stronger emotion because it's easier to hate that person. Where love, you don't really know love just with your woman. You like how much can you really love your woman just because
Well, it don't
she
just
has good
gotta
sex
be a
with
woman.
you?
That reminds me. I don't want to get off topic. You
let's get
really
off this
wouldn't.
one.
You
Let's get
really
off this
wouldn't let your girl go to dinner with another man for $100,000. You really? Are you serious about
Let's
that?
go on that. Yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Dinner,
why would
bro.
I got $100,000.
Okay,
What
see
does she
that.
need to
So
go to dinner for?
that's what you.
You know what that means to me? You know what that means to me?
Right.
That means if somebody else got $100,000, then she's not my girl.
But it's dinner though. It's not
But
like
she's not my girl because she's willing to go to dinner. What is a relationship, bro? A relationship is dinner, sex, and fucking sleeping together. And waking
Fair.
up and then going to work and then doing the same shit over again.
that's fair.
That's all a relationship fucking is. So if she's going to dinner with a man, then she's willing to, there's a price that she's willing to accept to leave me. If it's not $100,000, it's $1 million. If it's not $1 million.
If it was cheating, I don't know, bro. But you know what? I gotta
Is it
give
not
you,
cheating?
No, not dinner. No,
Okay.
no.
I agree.
What
if
do you-
she
where you
got-
stand
what
on
if
that?
she
You
got
still-
paid $100,000 to do Instagram pictures?
What do you mean do Instagram pictures?
Yeah, that's very vague.
To show her ass on Instagram. To take
Oh, that I
pictures
don't
in her
give a-
bikini.
that's-
Nah,
Okay.
serious, you bugging. You not. See, I know I was gonna do that.
Because
You're
then it's
good,
just
you're
it's
good.
the same thing. It's men
No, it's
looking
not.
at her on
You
a
would
large
rather-
No,
No,
it's
no,
not.
no, I
It's
wanna
her
get-
connecting with a human being on a one-to-one
Connect.
scale.
You would
She's
rather
sitting in front of him during
You would
dinner.
rather the woman you're with expose her body on Instagram for money than her.
He said a butt picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For millions of people to say. Now she's in every man's
nah,
phone.
I
I
really
mean, I
don't
wouldn't be
understand
happy with either, but for $100,000, which one am I taking?
Yeah.
Take her post a picture.
You're taking
How many fucking pictures are on Instagram of fucking asses? Who gives a shit? You would be more upset. You would be more upset with your girl going to dinner, posting a picture of her ass, rather than her going to dinner with another man, spending 2 hours with that man, making her laugh, telling her jokes.
the 100 for 100K? I'll do either. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
You
which
would
one?
do either?
Which one is better?
100K?
Which one is worse, though?
Zach is saying
Which,
that
in my
the
opinion,
dinner's worse. Zach.
The
said.
dinner's worse.
I'm gonna let her go have dinner with a loser guy who has to pay, so that I don't have to look at pictures of her ass. on
What
the
about
internet.
you,
Because
Big Bag?
men and women don't operate the same. Men, we love that ass. Like we got to see the ass.
Yeah.
But women connect you emotionally.
Right.
They want to sit down with you and have the dinner. Like that's where
And
she fell in love.
You think that Michaela is capable of having a connection with a man who's willing to pay $100,000
Who's
to be in
Michaela
front
for
of
those
a
that don't know?
His
my
fiance.
fiance?
Okay, that's what I thought. but
I don't
then
know,
he
bro.
was-
How good looking is this man? How much money does he really have?
He's has to pay $100,000 to have a woman sit across from him. That's how good
All right,
looking.
well, when you
So
start
it
adding
sounds
in all
like
the other shit
it
in
sounds
there,
like what you have a problem with is the access. Because if she posts a picture of her butt, that's just dudes looking. They can't do anything about it. But there could be something over the course of that $100,000 conversation that could change.
I think just
things.
women connect emotionally. So like somebody seeing an ass of my girlfriend's ass is like, I mean, yeah, every guy wants to see ass.
But men connect sexually.
Correct.
So if she's not showing her butt to the dinner, then the guy's not going to connect her. He's thinking that, all right, if I give her $100, she probably go or 100,000, she's probably going to let me smash.
Yeah.
But if you trust your girl and she's not going to do that, then there's no connection. Then you have nothing to worry about.
You ready? You want to hear my argument? I don't need the $100,000, so it don't matter.
Rich nigga. There you go. You should have started with that, bro. See, you got the moccasins on and everything. You should have started
Who do
with
you
that.
know making $100,000 in 2 hours?
What?
Nobody.
Okay, then
But
you
I don't
that
need the $100,000.
You need that $100,000 in 2
Does
hours.
your girl make 100? Does your girl need $100,000?
I'm sure she could use it. Yeah.
So you being selfish.
Fair.
All right, yeah, you own it.
Listen
There you go.
though.
Nothing wrong
So
with
let's
that.
okay. So if men connect or if women connect emotionally and I connect sexually,
Yeah, but you're
then
thinking-
hold up. What if a girl pays me for $100,000 for sex, but it means nothing? You think my girl's gonna allow that?
You connect
don't know.
sexually, you just said. You
I
connect.
know that's my point. So if she connects
I
emotionally,
get what he's saying.
if she connects emotionally, and she goes at the dinner and has an emotion,
So that's what I
a
said.
romantic
You're
dinner,
worried about the
would
connection.
Would she allow me
Hell no.
to make $100,000 and have sex?
Yeah, but you're assuming she's gonna make a connection to the guy. No
Right.
one's making a connection to an idiot who has to pay $100,000
Yeah, I think that's
for
where-
dinner.
yeah,
Who's
yeah.
connecting to that
That's
guy?
like
Fair.
saying that she doesn't connect sexually. So if she could get $100,000 and have sex with the guy because she doesn't connect sexually. That's so stupid.
But that I want to ask
That
y'all
was a bad
something.
analogy.
I want to ask y'all something. I want to ask y'all because now that we on the topic of money
Whatever.
and
You
sex.
pay my girl $100,000 to go to dinner because you can go now.
No. I don't have that kind of money. Soon though. I had a situation recently. There was a young lady was talking to.
How young? R. Kelly?
No.
You better clarify there, bro.
I
You're
am
on
not an
pod.
R. Kelly fan. I noticed you've been trying to stick me with that. Pause.
Gay jabs. I love it.
I was talking to this young lady from Albany, and she kind of wasn't giving me the rhythm that I wanted. You know what I mean? And it was like, all right, I'm
talking or fucking?
talking. I'd met her. I'd met her before, but we never got. I just wanted to get next to her. She looked good. You know what I mean? See what happens. Anyway, she has the OnlyFans. Not judging, right? And I was.
Did you meet her dad?
No.
Did she?
That's grimy. So she's white. They don't have that problem. But
Damn.
so she had the OnlyFans, right? And I never saw it. I never paid for it or anything. But she wasn't giving me the rhythm that I wanted. And I was like, cool, I'm not no hater. Like if whatever, there's other fish in the sea. One of those fish was with me at a show I had that weekend, and things got a little steamy. And I didn't post it, but someone took a video of us doing some things and they posted it, and she saw it. She was very upset with me. And
You didn't do it?
no, I didn't do it. I mean, I did it in the video, but I didn't post it.
Yeah.
But my thing with her was, what I said to her was, hey, me and you never discussed exclusivity. You have pictures of yourself, I assume, naked online right now. I think it's a little hypocritical for you to have issue with what I'm doing when, you have that content out there. I don't think that's very fair. I'm not judging you. It's your body. You do exactly what you want with it. And she said, that's different. I'm making money. And I said, so what you're telling me, and this kind of leads back to your point about there being a price. I said, so what you're saying to me right now is that
Because
your
she
loyalty
didn't get a check.
can be bought.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Not that your loyalty can be bought, but it's okay for you to do things outside of a relationship setting as long as there's a check involved.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I thought that was a little crazy, but it's a tough conversation to have because, anytime you criticize anything female, you're gay.
Oh, yeah.
You're a chauvinist.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very hard. And there's some truth to it that the guys who spend all day online bashing women, there's definitely something wrong with them. But it's gotten to the point I'm noticing where you can't even have a conversation or a dialogue these days, like without being accused of judging or chauvinistic or something. So I want to know, because y'all seem like some level-headed cats. Do you think I was bugging with that? But what I said, like, did you think there was anything?
Yeah.
Real quick, before you even answer that, I've never heard anyone say I wasn't feeling her rhythm, and I'm just letting you know that I'm stealing that. That's the biggest.
It's all yours, my brother.
That's fire.
If you want to pay me for it, you can.
So
it's all yours.
your only misstep was assuming that a girl, that caliber of woman, would operate under logic. That was your misstep.
So what should I have done? Should I just...
You should have looked at the text message she sent you or call, and you should have laughed, and you should have continued on with your life.
But he was feeling her. Oh yeah, right.
I mean,
Done. I mean, what's the argument for? What do you win?
Nothing. No, but I wasn't trying to argue with her. I was just...
are you asking if you think you're right or wrong?
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
you're right.
It comes down to like, what is... Who cares what she thinks? She's a fucking idiot. Sorry.
I want
that's
to ask
fair.
you guys a question. All right, it's a two-parter, so just answer all three, each of you. Would you take a girl on a date and pay for $1,000 dinner?
Yes.
You said no.
Ready?
All right, so we got no,
It
yes,
depends.
and yes.
For
Said
what?
yes.
Well, that's kind of vague.
Okay,
Yeah,
to
How much
in
money do I
hopes
have?
in hopes of having sex with her?
Oh, no.
Would you pay it for a dinner?
Purely to have sex?
It's
No.
way too vague.
I'm just
Who is
asking.
And I don't
you-
have $1,000.
Okay,
to
but
do
We have
that, so.
history.
Let me rephrase. Is there a difference between paying for dinner or paying for sex?
I would
Yes.
think so, yeah.
What's
I think
the
there's a
difference?
I get to eat food.
What's the difference if I pay for dinner $1,000
What's
or
the
I pay
difference?
her $1,000
What's the difference
to
if you
fuck
go
me
to
at the
dinner with a
end?
girl or a guy? You're still paying for the fucking food. You're still eating.
I'm saying we basically pay to have sex when you take a girl out to dinner to fuck her.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Why?
And this is why I'm a little more traditional, but you know, I get where you coming from.
I like his point.
Whose point?
His point.
I don't. I get where you coming from, but I think that it's different because traditionally the man takes the woman to dinner because he's establishing, and this was back when there was a different economy. He's establishing his intent and or ability to provide for a woman.
Okay.
You understand? Because and maybe these traditions are archaic. They're definitely economically outdated. But back in the day, you know, when women couldn't get high paying jobs, they could only get housework. When like a woman's entire future stemmed upon the quality of the man that she ended up with. When that was what everything was riding on, you took her to dinner to show her, here, I can provide for you. I can, you won't go hungry if you're with me. That's what that initially meant. That's why you started out that way. That's why the man courted the woman, because she's checking you out to see, is this someone that that I feel comfortable submitting to for the rest of my life? Because if I don't, I'll probably be poor. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have no other
Still
option.
puts a price tag on the pussy.
No,
though.
that's fucking a beautiful way to put it.
In a
though.
sense, now it does. Now it does. But back then, it was a demonstration.
Because girls say you gotta
Right,
take me
but-
out to dinner first.
right. But-
I'm not gonna fuck you till you take me out to dinner. But they say that shit.
Right, but if she's saying that, then it's that.
Right,
If
now,
she's letting you know,
I
all right,
agree
you
with you.
got
I
it,
agree
then
with
it's
you.
that. But I think if it's a woman with more traditional values and that's what you're going for, there's girls that I've been with that I've never taken to dinner because that's not our relationship. But if this is a girl I want to feel secure with me, I want to feel taken care of with me, then I'll take her to dinner. I'm not doing that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the woman. But I do understand the argument of all that is essentially paying for sex. But it really, it's such an individual thing. You know what I'm saying? Because some girls do have that standard. But what I don't like is this. I don't like the girls that were with dirtbag dudes who couldn't afford to take them to dinner, who might have treated them bad, and then now they want everybody else to step up and be the white knight in shining armor. That's what I don't play with. I think, you know, history on both sides. I just don't date men, so I don't care what men have done. But for me, if I know a woman has been with low quality bummy dudes, she's not going to get the 5-star treatment because human nature is us wanting to get the most reward for the least amount of work. If I know what I can get from you without having to do anything, I'm not going to do that thing. So I would just tell, you know, I think women need to value themselves a little bit more and be more selective about who they give the pussy to, because you're going to have this rich guy right here. He might want to take you to Malibu, you know what I mean? And take you to Maui and catch a fish right out to sea and, you know, get you some sushi like that. But he not going to do that if he know you fucking Brandon down
You
the
just said
block.
fucking Maui too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
I just
that's
went to
awesome.
Maui 3 weeks ago. It's where my girlfriend lives.
Rich nigga. You see what I'm talking about? You see? I know what I'm talking about. So he not going to do all that for you. He not going to take you down the French Riviera and feed you grapes if he know you fucking Brandon down the street who can only get you ramen. You know what I'm saying? So we all got, I think women gotta make their standards high. And they gotta understand that if you want somebody of quality, you know, your resume gotta be right. Because unless he's a simp or a sucker, that's gonna matter to him. In my opinion, that's something I deal with a lot. Like
That was a bar, bro.
That's something, you know, taking it back to the whole dinner thing. I'm gonna do that for someone I feel is worth that. But if I know, you know, she gonna suck dick for a lollipop, then no, we're not going to no dinner. You know
I just
what
think
mean?
it's interesting because like it's literally like we can like debate all the whole time like, yo, my girl, I love my girl who she is, but like it's conditional because if she wasn't fucking you, then you wouldn't even have ever got to know if you love her.
Yeah, and it's another crazy
that.
thing what you said before about how back years ago, taking the woman out to dinner was a sign of, hey, I can actually provide for you. And it was a woman's test of if that man can actually provide for her and if she's willing to submit. And now because women can make money so easily, it throws off that whole thing of like, if she's the girl you were just talking about, if she's on OnlyFans already making thousands of dollars a month and she doesn't need you to provide for her, it throws off the whole dynamic of like, why would you even take her out to dinner? And why there's no reason to take her out to dinner now. Now it's just silly.
It is a little so, and it's crazy because men are still held to them traditional standards, whereas women are not. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not. If you want to do OnlyFans, like I got homies that sell crack, so I'm not in no position to judge what you do to get your money. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like if you gonna be that, then you can't expect to be treated like the lady who's not that. You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's just like you want to be treated special just because you have a vagina. And with the way medicine is now, anybody can just go up and get one. You know what I mean? So I feel like I definitely feel where you're coming from, and I just feel like women, everybody needs to be more honest with themselves. It's like if you're gonna live a certain life and you can't live two different lives unless
you're gonna get certain results, baby.
Exactly. That's just life though. That's not targeting women. That's not that's everybody, bro. If you want to be a gangster, then you can't be, and I don't want to make it racial, but like, you know, growing up in the hood, you have guys that's like, yeah, the guys that was really selling drugs, right? And then when the cops come around to get them, they cry racism. Bro, I have a CD of you in my house telling me in the world you a drug dealer. Like, it can't be you, whatever actions you decide to take, you got to deal with the consequences of that. And it's not judgment. It's none of that. It's just you decided to do this and this is the result of it. You're not absolved from that.
So does body count matter?
For a woman?
For a woman?
Like,
so does a woman's body count matter if you're going to fuck with her or not?
When you say fuck with.
Good point.
If you're going to love her.
If you're going to love her.
No. I mean,
really?
If you got like 1,000 billion, then yeah, I'm out. But if you fuck with one bum that I know, and that's the only body you have, I'm not rocking with you. Like it's more about the quality
of the man.
Not see that makes me sound crazy. But
is that because you're defining her worth by the quality of the man that she has been with?
I'm defining my worth by that
comparatively to the other men.
I'm saying that. I'm
just going with what you're saying.
No, it's crazy because I don't know if I should tell this story or not.
Oh, you should.
All right, well, you know, fuck it. Nobody can beat me up. So
hell no.
I used to play
No, sir.
in New Pulse a lot, right?
Yeah,
there was a young lady that was interested in me very much so. And when I say young lady, he gonna R. Kelly me again. I just say that to make you know, women feel good about their age or whatever. So there was a woman who was interested in me.
You're young too, so it don't matter.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy. There was a much older guy. I believe he's probably early 50s, and he was a drug dealer essentially, like, but he would get girls to come to his house with the coke and all the other silly shit, right? And she was one of the girls that he was involved with. And I knew about that, and I'm like, I'm gonna just be raw with it. I'm offended that you want to fuck me and him. I'm offended that you want to fuck the guy with the talent, that you want the man with the charisma. You want someone who's got something going for them, and I have to work for that. But you giving this pervert, this old pervert, the pussy for free. Like you can't want like a Big Mac and filet mignon. You know what I mean? You gotta pick. You gotta have a type. So for me, I don't want to be with anyone who I know I could lose to a bum. You can't like bums and like me. At the end of the day, what's your type? Because I got to be able to trust you. Like if my girl like basketball players, we not going to no NBA game. You know what I mean? Facts. Like I'm not putting that risk up. But if you just gonna fuck anybody, I can't bring you nowhere. I could lose you. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring you to Sesame Street. You trying to fuck Oscar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, the resume is important. The resume is important because I don't want what anybody can have.
I understand how you can devalue a girl for fucking anybody, but how could a girl have value for fucking high caliber men?
It's her valuing herself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
It's like if you with bums, I don't want nobody that's with bums.
But is that the only thing to you?
It's not the only thing. It's not the only thing.
What else do you value out of a girl?
What else do I value? Is she kind?
Yeah, there you go. That's
can
what I'm saying.
Can
I'm just
I talk
saying,
to her?
So far, all I've heard is that the way you value.
That was a question.
That's what he asked me.
Yeah.
See, he's trying to cancel me. Nah, I think I like kind women. I like women that women are supposed to be, I believe in gender roles, right? I believe that women are supposed to be emotional because they have to carry, a woman gets pregnant, they're carrying a human body inside of them for 8 to 10 months, right? You have to have a huge capacity to love to be able to do that. So
Absolutely.
I think women should be more emotional. However, when we're having an argument or not a discussion, a debate, can I speak to you, right? Can I speak to you logically and you won't let your emotions get the better of you so we can actually reach a conclusion? That's important to me. Can I speak to you logically? Can we put emotions to the side for 5 minutes to solve this problem? That's another thing. I want a woman who's honest. I don't want a woman who tells me every song I do is amazing because my music is that's how I make most of my money. You understand?
Right.
So if I have a song that I want to perform that can help determine whether or not I get the next gig or how that gig goes, I need you to be objective. I need you to be honest with me. I need you to tell me things.
She can't support mediocrity.
Exactly. So it's a lot of other factors. He just brought up the whole thing. So that's why I was responding. But
I tend to do that.
yeah, you trying to trap me, but I know
I'm not. No, I tend to bring up those topics.
He hasn't fallen in one trap yet.
So yeah,
Slicing
kindness,
and dicing through.
logic, honesty, and can we have fun?
I think a low body count is important to me.
Definitely is to me.
It is all right, but
Because I think that falls into the do you value yourself or not?
no, some
I think
people
it's
just
you want
horny.
what you can't have. What you said before. If your woman's been with everyone and like everyone has access to her.
And everyone's the one.
But
Everyone's-
you can't. The reason why I'm not too worried about that is because I'll never know the true answer. Like
That's a fact.
I'll never actually know if you tell me 20, if you tell me 100, if you tell me 1, if you tell me none. I have no way of proving that. So
Right.
I can't. I can
What
trust your
Damon said,
honesty.
men exaggerate by multiple of 3 and women exaggerate by dividing by 3.
Hey, y'all said that in the Damon John interview.
Yeah.
How did you? I don't want to get off topic again.
Yeah, let's
But
do it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Ask
you
your
can ask
question.
how we got him.
We gonna talk about Damon Wayne?
I wanted to know. I remember him saying you stepped up to him in like a bar or something like that. Where do y'all hang out where the fucking Shark Tank guy is just drinking? Like where was
Public
we
house
were
in
in
Pleasant Valley.
Don't blow his
I wanted to answer with the funny one first.
Go ahead, Zach.
It was Pleasant Valley?
Yeah, it was Pleasant Valley.
Damon John was in Pleasant Valley.
Yep. So he was at his investment property right in Pleasant Valley, and me and Bryce went to the bar waiting for him on a Tuesday night at fucking 9:30 at night. Sat down and grabbed a drink, and sure as shit, Damon John walked in with his 2 buddies. Went and sat in the corner, and I'm like, Bryce, I think Damon John is in the corner. So he walked over there. He saw that there was them. Came back and he was like, "Yo, Damon John is over there." And I was like, "Wow, that's insane." I'm too much of a bitch to go over there though. so Bryce walked up, started talking to him. I walked up a couple seconds later, and the guy was like, Bryce was like, "Yeah, we got a podcast. You want to come on?" He said yes, and that was the end of it.
How'd you know he was going to be there?
We didn't. We just randomly sat at the bar, and he just walked in.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
Yeah.
way I thought you said, okay.
We just went to the bar waiting for him to get out of investment property, and he happened to just walk in.
Okay, I'm bugging. I thought you were waiting for Damon to get out of
No,
there.
no. We
Okay.
were waiting for Tony.
Got you.
And so we were sitting there, and he just, bro, I'm telling you, it was 9:30 at night on a fucking Tuesday, and he walked into the bar.
The crazy
And sat in
part
the
was
bar.
that when we first walked up, I was like, hey, like at the time we shot Two Dudes, Three Legs podcast in Hopewell at Zach's office when he had an office there. So like I was like
I
telling
seen
him,
some of those episodes. It's on the desk, right? You had a desk? On
Yeah.
yeah, well,
yeah,
some
yeah.
of them, yeah, exactly. So then I was like, hey, like what, he's like, where do you shoot it? And I was like, Hopewell. He was like, no, I won't be coming there. I won't come there. And then it like popped in my head. I was like, oh, well, we also have the studio in Hyde Park. And he's like, yeah. All right, well, on this date at this time, I'm going to be coming around the area. I can pop in. And I was like grabbing my phone, trying to figure out like how to write it down. He's like, send an email to this and see. So then we just made the email mad thorough with as much information as possible. And then that day, 2 weeks later, he showed up and did it. It's crazy.
That's
It
nice.
was insane.
What was he doing in Pleasant Valley? Do y'all know? Or?
I could tell you off there.
I got you. Gotcha.
We can't snitch.
I can't.
I feel you. That's amazing.
You trying
man.
to trap me now, huh?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. It's just nuts because like, people work their whole lives to have opportunities like that. Like I'm sure someone with an investment idea would kill to meet Damon John, and then
They actually made a TV show about it. It's called Shark Tank.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then for you guys to just meet him, it's just crazy how life works, man.
It was crazy. We didn't pitch him on anything, but we got him on our podcast, and he's cool. And he's actually stopped in here before as well after to check out the studio and other stuff. And we're still in contact with him. Bryce has done some work for him as well.
He's good
done some
dude.
video work for him.
He's
yeah,
a really good dude.
they're good
That's
people.
beautiful, man.
They're good people.
Him, making FUBU, and then like, it's a shame because like, people like to call FUBU corny, but like, that's entrepreneurship at its finest. That's that's the one thing about hip hop culture. Well, one of the things about hip hop culture that I don't like, everyone loves Gucci, everybody loves Louis Vuitton, but it's like, why are we not that's a hip hop company.
Right.
And if I walked in some FUBU around some rappers, I'd get made fun of. But if I walked in with a little horse swinging a bat or whatever it is on the polo logo, even though I've never been to a polo field or course, I would be cool.
That's because people don't understand the power of where you spend your money. They don't realize that every dollar you spend is a vote in favor of the person or the people who own that corporation. People don't understand how that works.
Right.
They don't get that when you buy Gucci and you rep Gucci, that you're making the owners of Gucci rich, and they don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
People don't understand that shit because they're naive.
That's a fact. And what's funny? I don't know how much I know about hip hop, but Tommy Hilfiger was big in rap in like the 90s. Like that was like
Tommy Hilfiger. Have you ever seen him?
Personally,
he looks
no.
like a saltine.
I bet he does, but he actually came out and said, I don't want these rappers wearing my brand and all that. And it's like,
Wow.
Because
Damon
people
John
don't
never would have said
understand,
that.
right.
You feel what I'm
Holy
saying?
fuck.
Because people don't understand what they're doing when they spend their money and give their money to these brands.
There's a term for it. I think it's, what is it? Financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of that at all. And I just really want to commend y'all for doing that, man. I mean, I know he's famous off Shark Tank, but like y'all asked him.
He
to
was
FUBU.
famous way before Shark Tank.
Well, I mean, he blew up. Like that's his.
Got fame.
Yeah,
on
that
Shark
was
Tank.
how like the average person is gonna identify him. That's you know what I mean. But I knew about him from LL, from the Gap commercial that y'all read, and a lot of people wouldn't have. Most people would have just Shark Tank, to just get the clicks and all that. But y'all really walked through like his history. I thought that was real.
Don't worry, we were still trying to get the clicks. We just did a
Nah,
little bit better.
absolutely.
It's one of his most comprehensive interviews, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's the only time he's really ever told all of those stories together in one sitting. Like he's told those stories in other places, but like it's all over the place. And this interview with him was like extremely comprehensive. It goes over his entire, basically his come up, right?
Right, yeah, this less than half an hour.
Yeah,
I
and
thought that
mad
was-
quick.
yeah, we fucking really packed it.
Absolutely.
I was just going to ask you. Oh, all right. So talking about fashion, this guy right here
Yes, sir.
does not know how to dress at all. Can you please
Listen.
give him some tips?
No.
What can you tell somebody who doesn't know how to dress? Nope, don't answer.
I'm a greaser. I dress like a greaser. It's a t-shirt, jeans, and
Was that the John
that's it.
Travolta movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Hey,
decided.
bro, you don't need to get dressed. You got a fiance. You got money already.
Right.
You know what I mean? You good.
Who am I
That's not the
dressing
answer
for?
I wanted.
Who am I
Give him
dressing
something
for?
good.
Now you already got money. If he starts dressing good, then that's competition for me. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
I need to
fair.
keep this lane open. But
Fair.
He's dressing. I dress to draw attention to myself because I'm a musician. Like you
Right.
never like, bro. So many people I've met, I'll just be wearing a crazy outfit. That outfit is amazing. Can I take a picture? I'm like, sure. Here's a card. Tag me in it. You know what I mean? And I don't give a damn about getting tagged in the picture. But now they know when my next show is. I've had people come out to shows for that. So for me, the dressing is just a billboard. Like I'm a walking billboard for what I do. You know what I mean? So that's why I
It's
always
a
got the
tactic.
logo.
And you're good with your fucking tactics.
I try to be.
You're
man.
incredible with your tactics.
try
Tell
to
us
be.
about that Jimi Hendrix tactic you just used.
Okay, so we had I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I play a bunch of different instruments, and I used to play for a bunch of different bands, but now that my band is so busy, I it's got to pay. It's got to pay for me to step away from that to do something. So I play with a Jimi Hendrix tribute band, which they pay very, very well, very, very well. And we had an agent who was interested in hiring my band to do some backing tracks for a certain record label with whom Damon John is slightly affiliated through LL Cool J. So I definitely wanted to do that, but in today's age of social media and clicks and likes and all that, it's a lot of corporations' decisions to work with an artist is based off their pulling power and their clout. I have never cared about that kind of stuff, but I understand that this is a good opportunity, and I wanted to bring people out. So I made the grand announcement that I would be leaving my band to go on tour with the Jimi Hendrix group, and a lot of people believed it. I got a lot of well wishes. A lot of people hit me up like, no, you can't leave, blah, 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 blah. And I said, my last show with them is going to be at the Silk Factory. So if you want to see me before I leave for tour, now's your chance.
Record numbers or what?
Pack the place out.
Let's go.
Packed it
Marketing.
out.
Tactics, baby.
Packed it
Tactics.
out. And later that night, I got to meet a personal hero of mine, Mr. Lord Jamar, with that agent, because he was headed to a party where Lord Jamar was at. And, I could have went to the party and paid to get in, but that wouldn't have guaranteed me access to the VIP area. So that was really what I did it for. I wanted to meet an icon of mine, and it happened. And
Play, baby. Smart play.
yeah, that's all it is, bro. I love doing shows. I love performing. So I'm gonna do whatever it is to bring the crowd out. And I'm really excited for Mastock to bring Joey out. Joe Caps is one of my favorite artists around here, and I like him because, a lot of rappers lie. They lie a lot. But I've never seen Joe Caps come to any of our events without at least 2 or 3 snow bunnies. You know what I mean?
Joe Caps don't cap.
Joe Caps don't cap at all. Not at all.
It is a fact.
I'm definitely excited to rock with him. I appreciate him for hooking this up because, I've been a fan of you guys for a minute. So that's, if, we come away with anything, I definitely want to tell people, Mazzstock.com, Mazzstock.com. Go get your tickets. It's the best festival in the Hudson Valley. We've been blessed to play it. This is our 3rd year. And I also want to, big myself up a little bit, because there are guys that are playing Mazzstock that at one point I viewed as competition. There was one artist, I'm going to say names because as long as you're not lying, you can say whatever you want. There was one artist by the name of...
That's a bar.
Yeah, the thing about the truth, the beautiful thing about the truth...
Wait, artist by the name of what?
Oh, say he's not going to let me get away from that. Yeah, all right. So there was a very, very talented artist by the name of Danny McBride, who I tried to enlist in my group because the initial team that I told you about, that was me. Like I told you, it was just a bunch of black boys in PA lost in the wilderness. And, being a black band, it came with it looked good. You know what I mean? There was clout to it. So I wanted to keep that going. And me and Danny McBride, we met. And, he gave me, he gave me lip service. Pause. He was like, yeah, we can definitely make this happen. Let's work together. Then he ghosted me. Didn't say nothing to me. Saw him in the club, or the bar rather. He's not a rapper. He wouldn't be in the club. I saw him in the bar, and I said, hey, Danny, what's going on, bro? Why you ain't hit me back? He gave me a very long and somewhat loud speech. And he told me I wasn't good enough to play with him. Damn. He said, give it 3 or 4 years, come back and see what he's doing. And, I just come from the rap world. You get it. I don't want to say anything, volatile, because that's my friend now. But that wasn't a very nice thing to say. But I accepted it, and I left. And the last time I saw Mr. Danny McBride, he was playing an open mic in the club where my band has a residency.
Ooh, so funny how shit works out.
Funny how it works out. And, congratulations to him. He made it on the Mazzstock lineup. If you look at the flyer, he's at the very bottom. And I am at the second row.
Big Bad, you ever been in a rap battle?
Yes. Yeah.
Like live freestyle battle and like out in the parking lot type shit?
Yeah, I've also done Freestyle Friday on BET.
Oh, for real?
Damn, I didn't know.
I thought that's where you were going. That's
I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, nah. Yeah, I'm a rapper, bro. Like, if you look
He's
up.
a real rapper.
I was.
So what was it like being at BET? Tell us about
2
that
seconds.
experience.
I got to piss.
All right, cool.
ASAP.
That's good. You want me to wait or you want to just keep it
No,
flowing?
keep it rocking.
So Big Bad, what was it like when you went down to BET for Freestyle Friday, and did that air on TV?
Yeah, it did. You can probably find it if you look for it. It was great, but
But you wrote that probably or nah?
no, that's the problem. I didn't write it because I came up from Freestyle Friday, the old ones where it was like you actually had to freestyle. So I was freestyling and I let a few things slip out.
Curses?
Yeah. Cause I, you know, I was really going off the top of my head. It was nothing pre-written, and I did really. If you watch the video, you know what I mean. Like it could go either way, but they had to kick me out. They had to disqualify me because of that. But it was cool. It was a great experience, man. I got a lot of clout back home because of that, win or not. So that was definitely dope. But yeah, battling. Yeah, man.
Did people always want it with you because you were always just like a big presence?
People always what?
Want it with you, like in a battle sense? Like, did they always want to like come at? Did they see you as a threat in the rap game?
I don't know if I was a threat. I mean, back in the day, that's just what you did. You know what I mean? Like if you went somewhere, if you went to a different neighborhood and you said you were a rapper, then whoever was the best rapper there, you would just trade rhymes. It wasn't really, you know, I'd like to say, yeah, they were scared of me, but that was just a tradition at the time. And I loved that. I loved that about him. And that's not the case anymore, bro. You ask someone if they're a rapper today, they go, oh, look at my SoundCloud. Like, no, bro, rap. You know what I mean? Like, is you a rapper, rap. You know what I mean? Don't show me no song. You're not a SoundCloud button presser. You're a rapper. So rap. You know what I mean? And I miss that. I miss that a lot. But I love what I do now too. I love being a musician. So
yeah, because you can sing too. But yo, earlier when you were talking about like the bandmates just holding the instruments when you first came up with the idea to have the instruments on stage, you were like, yeah. And then they booked us for a wedding and they didn't know that we couldn't really play. It's like a lot of people listen to a rapper and think that they can rap until they see him in person, then they realize they can't even rap. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. It's a little less embarrassing than being asked to play at a wedding and there's no amp. But yeah, you know, I've always tried to keep it real and be honest because I don't like getting exposed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like looking bad.
Do you think it's more important for a rapper or anyone in music to be a better live performer or a better song maker, like I guess club beat maker, you know? I feel like that's two totally different skills. Or am I wrong there?
Well,
that's why Drake is the ultimate in that.
Correct, because he could do both so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Drake is a great
The
live
ultimate,
performer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you? I mean, I've never seen him, but I can tell from all the
so you
performances.
just guessing?
No, I mean, it feels like he's doing it live.
Feels
for
like
real.
it.
Well, I mean,
And
you
I love
edit
Drake.
video for a living, so you know the kind of gimmickry that can go into that. I'm not saying he's not. I just
Do you like Drake?
I think Drake is like the ultimate like unofficial A&R artist because he's constantly like
You like how he collabs with new artists and puts them on the map.
Yeah, but not only that, like he'll do one dance, which is Afrobeat. Like, you know, when he first came out, he was criticized for homogenizing R&B and rap the way he did, but that's the thing now.
Do you think he's a tastemaker?
Absolutely. But to answer your question about being a live performer versus a songwriter, you can make a great song, but if you can't get the streams and you can't get the audience, then it doesn't really account for anything. But I haven't released a song in almost 10 years and I've made a lot of money performing. So
I think the money maker is the live performance. Like even when you're big, you still make a lot more money when you're touring.
Especially now with the stream. If you're not Bruno, Adele, Kanye, Drake level, then you can always go get some money to do a show. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, I don't have any songs and I'm doing shows. I'm doing original music and I'm getting good money. So, you know, if you can get to that Bruno Mars level, then yeah, you know, the songs is and I love writing songs. I love songwriting, but at practicality, definitely the show is more important because when you're doing a show, you're providing a service. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's like almost like being a chef or
I think it definitely validates you much more as an artist if you can do a live performance.
100%.
Yeah.
I think it's a harder
Like
skill.
look at all the greatest
Much
of
harder
all
skill.
time or people that are revered as the greatest. Michael Jackson. I know
Yes.
you don't like him.
I didn't say I don't like him, I'm just not a
Justin
fan.
Timberlake, like
Yeah.
you might not like him either, but
cool.
Beyonce, I don't really fuck with her, but she's received crazy amount of fucking awards because she is a talented singer. I assume she songwrites. I don't know. Like I said, I'm
Not
not
a
a
lot.
fan of her.
No, she doesn't. Do that.
But her performances are out of fucking control.
Absolutely, they are. Absolutely.
Who's your favorite rapper? Big Bad.
That's such a
Top
tough
three.
Give
Top
me
three.
top. Yeah, I was just
Go ahead, Zach. Ask him. Sorry.
Give me top 5 favorite rappers.
Top 5 MF Doom. MF Doom, huge. Big Daddy Kane. Rakim. What's that, 3? Mm-hmm. Doing Big Daddy Kane, Rock Him. Oh man, this is where it gets tough. West Side Gun.
I don't even know him.
Oh, you gotta get
He's
him,
from
bro.
Griselda. He's the
You
Buffalo,
see,
New
you
York
know,
guy.
bro. You know. Yeah, West Side Gun. And
Can you do a West Side Gun impression? Oh, you got your 5th one. Hold on. 5th one. Top 5.
I gotta go with Joe Caps because
Yo,
I'm performing
fuck
with him
that.
at Mastock
My man.
August 19th. So
Yeah,
it's not
buddy.
a lot of rappers that can share the stage with me. So I'm gonna put Joe Caps in that 5th.
That's
fifth
sick.
spot.
That's
Damn.
sick. So you ever do?
I fuck with that.
Do you do any voices?
Impressions.
Could you do like a West Side Gun or nah?
I could try,
Give me a West Side Gun, 4 bars, whatever,
but like you, all right.
whatever.
Hey yo, I'm sitting on the podcast with my nigga Bryce. Tony got the beer, he don't got no ice. My man, what's your name?
Zach.
My man Zach got the bag, he be getting money.
Yo, that is how West Side Gun sounds. What else? You got?
Yeah, I love West Side. Hey yo,
he'd be like,
I
hey
love-
I don't even know
the
what the fuck
burner
that
in
is.
I
the
don't know what
pot.
it is either. I have no idea.
That's my guy. You look him up. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. Yeah.
Zach, we were just
West
talking
Side
about
Gun is
top
my
5
dude.
the other day, right? What did you say yours was? I think you said you agreed with mine, right?
Oh, you
Yeah.
like rap? Let's get into that.
Listen, bro. I'm fucking bases as it comes.
Yeah.
Oh, let me guess. Mac Miller.
No.
Word?
He's not top 5, but I fuck with Mac Miller.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say he's top 5. You want to keep guessing or you want me to tell him? You want me to tell you or you want to try and guess mine?
Mac
your top
Miller's
5.
like the go-to for white folks. So I don't know if it's not
I
him.
fuck with Mac Miller, but
All right, so who you got? You got Jay in there?
Jay-Z?
Yeah. You got Kanye in there? All right, you're going to have to tell me, bro. 'Cause I have no clue.
I got Drake in there. He's
Oh,
in mine.
wow. Why
I
did
know.
I think
I
that?
know. I
Should've
know.
guessed by the shorts.
Well, we were talking when we talked about it.
Damn.
When we talked about it, we were talking about lyricist. So no, we were talking about favorite.
Yeah, favorites.
Yeah, we were talking
Just
about
favorites.
favorite.
It
said
was Wayne M.
Wayne. I said Wayne.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I said
50?
Wayne. 50's up there. Eminem's got to be up there.
Wayne, 50, Eminem. Who else?
I said Drake.
Drake.
That's just about it for me.
Dave East.
Jay-Z's in there.
I fuck with Davies heavy.
like
I
grew up
would have never
listening.
guessed none of them.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Wayne is nice. Wayne is,
Wayne's fucking. I grew up. I mean, listen, bro. I listen to rap, but I don't know a lot of the underground shit or whatever. So
Right.
I listen to whatever was online. And I got an older sister who's like 4 years older than me, so she showed me a lot of the shit. And in her prime era, it was Lil Wayne, and then it's kind of shifted into Drake.
Yeah.
And that was like my prime era. You know.
Biggie and Big L.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why we
dude.
said
Fuck,
it right
that's
because
right.
we heard a Biggie record. We were like, I was like, yo, Biggie's just he's just the GOAT, bro.
If you're,
You hear him
he's
go,
gotta
Bro,
be up
I
there
wish
too.
Big L
He's gotta
had,
be in there.
had time to spread his wings. I think he would have been. Bro, Big L's lyrics are so stupid.
Yeah, he's. I mean, all those guys are up there.
You know, I think Big L was a huge. I think where Big L shined was in radio freestyles because like you got a lot of rappers these days that like
He was a real rapper.
yeah, you're not really checking for their album really, but anytime you see them on like Funk Flex or like LA Leakers, you're clicking it. Like I think Big L invented that lane. I think
It's facts.
I think he invented that lane for rappers like where Papoose and probably like Saha the Prince, like people like that, like Big L invented that. I think Biggie, see, here's the problem with Biggie for me, man, is that so much of what we love Biggie for was Diddy's doing, you know, because I study Biggie because everyone always compared me to him, even though I don't think I rap anything like him. But Biggie wanted to be a dirty Timberland, black hoodie wearing hardcore street rapper, and Puff was like, "Nah, we gotta make you big sexy. Like
Gotta
we gotta
commercialize
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So I think Biggie has the best 1-2 album punch in rap. I mean, the Beastie Boys is up there too, but there's a couple guys. But
But
yeah,
no one
Biggie-
really cares about Juicy. All they care about is when Biggie used to really go in, like on, you know, like when he would like go off talking about pull up into your front door and fucking pull the 9 out. Like that's the shit that we love by Biggie.
That's the shit that you as a hip hop fan love, right?
Word.
But if I start doing Kick in the Door or Who Shot You, those hip hop records that you're talking about,
Yeah.
to a general audience, it's not gonna go the way Hypnotize will or the way Juicy will. And those are the records that Puff Daddy forced him to do. So for Biggie, there's always that question of like, are we judged? And this is you could also carry this into like the Michael Jackson Prince debate. It's like Prince played all the instruments himself, right? And he wrote every word and he wrote every part himself. Whereas Michael would sometimes not even write the words. But the music was so much better from Michael because it was curated, because he had Quincy, he had Rod Templeton, he had Stevie Wonder, he had an amazing band behind him. So it's like, it's very difficult sometimes to judge the artist versus their art. And not in the personal R. Kelly sense we're talking about, but the capabilities and abilities of the artist versus the final product that we all receive. Because while I prefer Prince to Michael, I'm like Off the Wall to Thriller, like that. Come on, son. Like Prince really doesn't have an answer for that. I love Prince, but if I gotta go to a show and my people want to have fun, I gotta go to Michael. You know what I mean? Just so
Prince ain't moonwalking.
He's not. He's doing some crazy shit, but he's not doing that.
Fucking moonwalking.
But what I wanted to ask you when you named your top 5, and this can go to all of y'all. When y'all is your top 5 favorite list different from your top 5 greatest of all time list? Because rap fans have a really hard time separating who they like versus who's the best.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yours is different.
Yes.
What about you?
I'm thinking about that. That's a good ass question.
Something you gotta think. Because me personally, I don't listen to Eminem at all, but there's no denying that man is the greatest lyricist
rapper to walk
ever,
this earth. Yeah.
bro. Like he raised the bar. And you can say his albums ain't all that. You can make that argument, but we talking about just pure. Who else does he need to out-rap?
So it is different because like when you talk about freestyle rappers, like in my head as a rapper, like Blind Fury is fucking. Have you ever listened to Blind Fury's freestyles?
No, yeah, he's dope.
But I would never listen to his music.
Right.
But as a freestyle rapper, I can probably still remember the shit he said to Loon when he was shitting on him on BET.
Yeah.
As a rapper, but does he have songs? I don't even know.
I would know. No.
I understand what you're saying though, you know?
Have you ever seen Disaster versus Cannabis?
Oh yeah.
Yo, that's the greatest battle rap.
Oh, I had a bar about that. Damn.
That's crazy.
That
Makes me feel like Disaster's one of the greatest rappers.
That's what I'm saying. Like Disaster and DNA and all them people can do that incredible shit that someone like Jay-Z could never aspire to. But are we gonna say Disaster's a better rapper?
That type of shit puts Tech 9 up there. Like Tech 9 has said some of the shit he said is crazy. And like the whole
Tech 9 is nice.
Like as an artist, you ever hear the skit where he's beating on his chest?
He's like, heard that.
Yo, get up, sit up with us, kill us. You never heard that?
The rhymes you said, I don't remember him beating on his chest, but I remember that those rhymes.
It's fucking crazy, but like as an artist, he's incredible. But like I don't like any of his fucking music.
Yeah, so it's such a tough debate.
So top 5, The Rock's got to be up there. Dwayne Johnson, his new song.
I didn't know he rapped. You gotta put John Cena up there.
So then who's the top 3 greatest rappers of all time though? Like for you, just like
what defines greatest? Most influential?
No, like the best.
I still
not
think
favorite.
Lil Wayne
The best in everything. You're taking all the categories. Their live performances, all
would
their
you still
albums,
include Big Daddy Kane and
lyricists.
Rakim though? Would you still include Big Daddy Kane and Rakim in best? Because I'm saying
top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
Well, you asked me favorites. So
no, I know. That was before.
Yeah,
now I'm asking
he's
about greatest.
rebuttaling your
Best
question
rapper.
that you asked us. Basically,
Best rapper of all time. And a lot of people, when they debate it, they're like, well, influence on the game. It was a different era. Rakim, definitely. Big Daddy Kane, definitely. But it's like,
you gotta
I do take
factor
that into consideration, though. I do, because like you have to think. Like I'm one of those people that takes sales into account, like what an artist sells. Like I think that's part of it, because it does, like people like to say it doesn't matter because a lot of their favorite artists are bums who never sold anything. But it's like once you enter into the commercial, once you put a price tag on your music, you are a commercial artist. Once you charge to get into a show, to get into your show, you're a commercial artist because you're selling your product, you're selling your music, right? So you are now in the same category as everyone else, and you can be judged by that. So I count sales, but how can you count the sales of Little Richard, who was gay and black in a time where both of them can get you killed, versus Pat Boone, who sold more of Little Richard's songs, right? Little Richard couldn't possibly sell more than Pat Boone, even though years later we remember Little Richard, and I don't know if any of you even know who Pat Boone is.
I don't know Pat Boone.
You
I know
have
Little
to,
Richard.
you have to, exactly. So Pat Boone was a white artist who would take Little Richard's songs, sing them in a corny way, and sell more. You understand what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So because it was segregated, you know what I mean?
Well,
it was
made it
that
more
time.
palatable for the white people.
Right.
To
You know what
purchase
I'm saying? So you have to take those things into account. So I don't know that any rapper has moved the game as forward as Rakim has. Like, there's such a clear difference between before Rakim and after Rakim. So I do take that into account. But if we're talking about across the board, and I hate to say it, but across the board, Eminem has the sales. He definitely has the influence. He definitely has the lyrics, right? So he's written incredible songs. He wrote Guilty Conscience. He wrote Stan. You know what I'm saying? And very few rappers have been able to, like, Eminem can be goofy, right? He can do My Band, and he can do just Lose
nobody
It.
else is doing that. Who's doing that?
But then he can do Lose Yourself. Like
Right,
that
Who's doing
variety.
that? He also brought a whole generation of people toward toward hip hop.
Absolutely, he did. Absolutely. So if we just talking rapper, I'm going Eminem. But if we're talking artist, the whole thing, I'm going Kanye. Because his run from College Dropout to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is just phenomenal.
That's crazy.
And then
I miss old Kanye.
Me too. And then 808s and Heartbreaks was like, that ended up defining
beginning
hip hop
of,
up until now. Like, that's still the sound that's going on right now. So depending on what you're looking for, I'm going either Eminem or Kanye as the greatest of all time. And I'm not an Eminem fan, so I'm being completely objective when I say that.
I'm not a rapper.
Wrap it up, Tone.
Oh, Jess,
Damn, we're
your
already
last
there?
question. Been 2 hours.
Damn, I'm having fun with Santa Claus.
Where the ho-ho-ho's at?
Yeah. All right, listen, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
what is your message to everybody out there?
That I'm the illest of all time. And
Yes.
The team
Talk that shit.
is the best band of all time.
Talk that shit.
Besides, Led Zeppelin and James Brown and all that, like there's the OGs. But right now
Talk
in the
less of that shit.
845,
Talk more of your shit.
there's nobody messing with us. We got the best sax player with Eli. We got the best keyboard player with Darius. We got whatever I am, I'm the best at it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And when I come back out with these rhymes, it's over for all you rappers.
Oh.
That's all I want to say. That's my end message. Madstock, August. Let me make sure I get the right date.
Plug yourself though too. Come on, tell them where we can find you.
Oh,
Where
you
can
can
we?
definitely get me at on social media at Hollywood Herb, Hollywood_Herb. So Hollywood like the city, Herb like the thing that all these guys are gonna smoke after this.
Hollywood_HERB for
That's
Hollywood Herb from the team, spelled with 7s. Yo, you got the last 16 you wrote. You remember? Hit us with it. Come on, give us a 16. Let's go.
Oh man, you put me on the spot. Jesus. Wish someone had warned me. All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Can we give him a beat?
I said, this is the last thing I wrote. I said, hey, mama said the way you shake makes me want to get my fat boy on to eat the cake and beat the brakes off your bed and leave it broken. First, let me tell you my name. How's it going? It's the big to the bad, the biggest and the baddest. My bitches are the baddest. My pockets are the biggest. You want to see the rest? Come to Madstock August 19 and we out.
Yeah, buddy. Let's go.
Lit.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Podcast where we share business tips, interview experts,
and travel the world.
This week on Two Dudes, Three Legs.